Welcome back. The Atlanta Falcons finally released quarterback Michael Vick from his contract. Our own Mike Buteau joining us now live from our Atlanta bureau with today's Money in Sports. So he's out of the contract, correct?
Correct. They officially released him from his contract. This is kind of a step along the road for Michael Vick. The Falcons had said for quite a while that they didn't want him back. They have a new quarterback in place. Matt Ryan has had great success here in Atlanta, has proved to be pretty popular with the fans. Michael Vick is not somebody that has a future with the Atlanta Falcons, so they just went through the process today of releasing him from his contract. This means that any NFL team can go out and sign him. However, he has to first be reinstated by Roger Goodell in the NFL. That's not going to happen anytime soon because they're basically waiting for his sentencing to conclude here. He's still at house arrest. He's in bankruptcy court right now. So Michael Vick, just one step along in the saga for him being released today officially by the Atlanta Falcons.
Right, so still some steps to go. Hey, listen, what about Bill Hambrecht? Because we talked with him and maybe some prospects for Mr. Vick along those lines?
Right. You mentioned Bill Hambrecht with the United Football League. Those not familiar with the United Football League, this is a league that has 4 teams, and one of those teams is in Orlando. And Orlando, the way it works is essentially a team in the NFC or the AFC South, that division, players that get released by those teams would go to that regional team, and the regional team for the Falcons would be the Orlando team in the United Football League. They have said that they feel that he has paid his debt to society. When he finishes his sentence, he deserves a second chance. Michael Vick remains a very talented football player. The question is, do teams want to bring on the other baggage that will come with him,
right,
protesters, people for animal rights? So it's a very sticky sort of situation, but
right,
there are teams out there and football organizations that would be willing to take a risk on Michael Vick.
And that's what's kind of interesting, though, Mike, that actually fans were saying he deserves a second chance, right?
Yeah, here in Atlanta, it's really interesting. You want to get a vibe for where Michael Vick is popular. Atlanta, there's still a large part of this town that supports Michael Vick and feel that he deserves a second chance. In the NFL, there have been teams already that have spoken out and said, you know, we're not quite ready to do that. One of them being the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Pac-Man Jones is with the Cowboys, and he's a volatile guy, and they took a chance on him. The Washington Redskins have said no thanks. The Seattle Seahawks, who are coached by former Falcons coach Jim Mora, have said we're not interested too. But here in Atlanta, you still see Michael Vick jerseys walking around the streets. Fans do support him. There's two sides of that camp. So obviously a very, one way or the other, what you think about it, Michael Vick is still a name people talk about.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But as you said, he's got some steps, still some more steps to take. Hey, let's talk about soccer if we can. The World Soccer Player of the Year, Cristiano Ronaldo, some changes there for him, right?
A big change, a record change, $130 million transfer fee. Real Madrid, that's no chump change, paid to Manchester United to get a hold of Cristiano Ronaldo, move him over to Real Madrid. Big money. They also got Kaká a couple of days before that, the Brazilian. He was also the World Football Player of the Year in 2007. So you look at those two transfer fees, that's $200 million. But Cristiano Ronaldo is the big name here. He is moving from Manchester United, easily one of the world's most popular soccer teams, to Real Madrid, a team that hasn't gone too far on the world stage, looking to get back in the game. A big money deal, and some may say that world soccer is living beyond its means based on the money they're spending, but you could also look at it the other way and say people are spending money in sports, and that's not something that's going on as much these days. Well,
as you know, Mike, Manchester's got a lot of debt out there. I'm just curious. It's kind of an interesting time to be doing this for Man United. Didn't they just sign a huge contract deal with Aon?
Well, yeah, exactly. Right. Man United is getting the transfer fee for Cristiano Ronaldo, so they have said that the money they're getting, the transfer fee, is not going towards paying the debt. But their deal with Aon, the insurance company, replaces AIG, who is another insurance company, their shirt sponsor. A big deal for Aon. It's more interesting for Aon if you look at it because they say, they're trying to expand their global footprint. A company based in Chicago who's trying to expand throughout Asia, they get the presence of the walking billboards of Man United jerseys. But this contract is not affected by Ronaldo leaving town. But it would be the equivalent of, let's say, Prudential or somebody signing a jersey deal with the New York Yankees and then Derek Jeter leaving to go to the Red Sox. It certainly affects their sales of jerseys potentially going forward.
Mike, got 10 seconds here. Talk to me about the NBA Finals, NHL game versus the ratings that we're seeing here, just quickly.
So far, the NBA ratings have almost doubled the NHL, but the NHL is up slightly. Tonight, Game 7, Detroit against Pittsburgh, a dream matchup for the NHL, going 7 games. Sidney Crosby against the Red Wings, a big market team. So we'll see what the ratings are for Game 7 tonight.
And then we can't forget, we've got the U.S. Open right next week.
next week, U.S. Open at Bethpage. We'll be there live doing some shots, so we'll talk to you then.
Got it, Mike. Covered a lot of ground. Take care, Mike. Thanks so much.